Hey guys, it's Haley and I am back with another video. So what I'm doing is filming me decorating the cover of our junk journal, and I'm doing it in stages because I don't want to kind of go through and make a video of, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this again. I want the cover done and when I finish out this video. So I'm filming like the third set right after this, but I actually went back and looked at the first clip, and unfortunately the bottom, you can't see the bottom very well in the first clip. However, you'll see everything in the second clip, so don't worry. I know it's frustrating when you can't see the whole thing, but you won't miss anything. So anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know. And right after this, you'll see the first clip. So basically all I've done is edited clips in where I will, cut pieces apart. That's it. Or put a couple clips together. Anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that, yes, the first clip is kind of scooted down too far, but the rest of them will be great. So obviously, there's a blank cover. You guys, I am so excited about this. I cannot wait to have a junk journal of my own. It's gonna be so amazing to keep because it's like we worked on it together. And anyway, okay. I was like kind of trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. Obviously, I still want to do the trim on the side like we talked about. And I found a couple images that were options. So these are Edith Holden images. And this one, and then at the top, I want a quote. And I printed out the quote because it is just perfect. And I printed it out in several different fonts to look at. And then I can print it out properly on the paper that I want to use with the font I want when I decide. Maybe this one. I don't know. Anyway, honesty is only an illusion to those who seek their own selfish needs. And I was pretty set on this one. I was like, but it takes up so much of the front. I was like, not gonna work. So let's use this one. And I was like, well, this will be a nice large flat image that can go on the back with just a little bit of layering around it so it will sit flat. So I think that's what I'm gonna do on the back. So I went with this one. And I wanted layering across it. And so these are what I've made thus far. These are my plans. I took some scraps. They're going to go like this, with this over top, like this, like so, on the cover. And that is where we are at so far. So what I did, this is from the bird watching book. And just a paper scrap. I inked them up, and I layered and layered and layered until I liked how it looked. I took a picture of it and then took them up layer by layer and glued them together. These top 3 layers, I knew I wanted stitching going down right here. So I kept these together so that because I wanted, the stitching right here so you can see it. And I just barely tacked this down at the bottom, and I only glued a little bit over here and left this the same. So I set this aside, and then I focused on this. This is just one of those tags I inked up. It's glossy, so it just stays right on the surface. It doesn't soak into the tag. So I inked that up. This is just a little bit of white tissue paper, and this is some scraps of the Daiso origami paper. So is this little bit of music paper, as well as that. And then this, the same as that. This is from the same, these are from old crepe paper pads. I have actually been going through them, and from all of my paper pads, those are the ones that I'm liking the most right now. The really, really old American Crafts and crepe paper. I have the first crepe paper pad that ever came out, and it is phenomenal. So that is what the green is from, this kind of pinky and red stripe, the yellow, and there's a few more. So I just wanted to film what I have so far before I continue, because we've got lots more to go and I am very excited. This is where we are at so far. It is going to be, this whole thing is going to have another background behind it, some other materials. You'll see as I go. I want to show you kind of the next steps and layers in our journal cover. Get it all right and show you guys kind of the options, how I want it. Kind of like this. We've got some extra little Tim Holtz film frames. Oh, I need to ink up these extra little black and white pieces I added. It needed just a little something extra. And then it's all backed with some of this brown tissue paper, red brown tissue paper. And I did the sewing. I think I showed you guys the sewing. Then I printed out our quote. I think this font matches the best with her writing, but it's still, you know, kind of earthy. And all I did was back it on some of the really heavy cardstock, black instead of the brown, from 7 Gypsy Scrap Pack. And then this is a piece of the burlap paper. And I had some of this. I still have it in a corrugated cardboard one. I'm going to go ahead and take it off of the backed paper and adhere it down. So I think I still want something else under that. And what it needs, the gauzy kind of stuff. So I want to show you what I've done here first. I did a little bit of extra inking. This is from the Edith Holden book, but if you don't have any of the books, I always have my Pinterest linked, and under my vintage printables, there's a whole section of Edith Holden pages that are, all of them, I believe, that are linked there are free printables. So anyway, I have some of this like eyelet fabric scraps under there, as well as just a couple of pieces of the film. You see how it sits like this? So I am going to adhere those down. I did add just a little bit of modeling paste in the corners over here. And I'm leaving these bright white. I wanted that extra pop of color, of clean, bright. And then this is still a separate layer from here. And all I need to adhere down are these two pieces that I've added. And the tissue paper to our layer stack. So I wanted to show you that before I did it. And then I want like a very thin lace going here, because the vine ones, I think I want them hanging right here, and I will show you in a minute. But I pulled out a couple of laces and I want it to be very thin. And I thought, oh, come on. I have that crocheted trim, or this, which is this really pretty, like delicate floral lace, but I actually really like it. So I think that is a big contender for our border lace. I do have this one, which is kind of a lighter cream. Come on, come on. It is also very pretty, great contender. I just can't tell if the flowers look too new-ish. I don't know. So I am going to go ahead and tack all these pieces down. I'm going to staple the film pieces and come back. I just wanted to show you kind of how I did things step by step. And also, I was sick of the page buckling. I finally ordered this Oohoo. When I watched Gail, she always used this. And I looked online, and they have like a small stick that's 0.29 ounces. This is the standard that's 0.74. And then they have giant ones, and I didn't even see those on Amazon. Well, these are $5 a piece. I was like, that's ridiculous. So I was looking at bigger packs. Well, for $16, you know, after the $5.20 or whatever, it's basically the cost of 3 of them. For $16, you can get a dozen. So I went ahead and picked them up, and I'll probably go ahead and put some up in my Etsy. If you and a friend, you know, are wanting to get this, it would be really good for you and a friend to go in on a box and each pay, you know, one friend pay 10, the other friend pay 6, have it shipped to them, and then the friend that paid 10, or the friend that paid 6, pay to ship it to the friend that had 10, and then you each have 6 tubes for, you know, way, way cheaper. Because basically even $10, because I think the cheapest one I saw was $5.19 for 1 tube. So paying $10 for 6 tubes is still cheaper than 2 at regular price. So I went ahead and got that, and I'm gonna finish up this cover, and then I will show you the things I've done on the inside and the extra things I've made for it. And I want to show you kind of where I'm at and what I'm done. So, I think this is the trim I want to go right here. This is the other option. I still can't decide. I almost think it blends in a little too much with the canvas, but that's our other option. So what I've done since we've been gone, all I did was staple and attach the pieces that I said I was going to, and I've added some little pieces of this faux greenery. And I also took a little bit, I took the green, all of the non-flowery bits that I was drawing out of my book. This little case is perfect because it has like some air holes in it, but it will keep them, it's not like a bag, it'll keep them from getting smashed. And I took a couple of the kind of grain looking weed plants. I mean, plants that are weeds, Jesus. Anyway, and I took 2 different types, 2 of one and 1 of another, and just made a little bundle to put on there. I adhered down the entire piece to the tissue, and I popped our Edith Holden image up on some, oh, what do you call them? Just some little square, these. Just some little foam pieces to give it a little more dimension. And then what I did with this, again, I added some of the greenery pieces under it and some of the gauze, and that is all I have done. And unfortunately, I did staple these, so it's going to be a little bit more of a pain to get the paper off of the back, but I can still do that pretty easily. So what do you guys think? I'm going to get my colored pencils out and try and shade this back in because the glue kind of discolored it a little bit. So our cover is done. You know, I may add little bits here and there. I took the eyelet lace out and kind of replaced it with the greenery. I thought it needed it. So pretty much all I have to do right now is adhere things down. I do kind of want to add a little something in the tag hole and that's about it. So I like it. Let me know what you guys think, and let me know if you guys like me showing you kind of the steps of the way how I'm doing things so you can get an idea on layering and how I do it. Because as you guys saw, this was basically like 3 pieces. There's a piece of tissue paper, there was 2 scraps, this like yellowy color, and this book page scrap that was adhered together, and then I had all these little pieces kind of adhered around under that. Then the 3rd piece was this one, the green with a different book page on it. And that's what I had with the top layer of the Edith Holden image. So if you kind of find, the best way I can say to do something is pull out things that you like. Work with things that you like, the colors you like, and just pull out some things that look good together to you and start piecing them. And it will come out looking good as long as you're doing something you like, even if it's not someone else's taste, they know it still looks good. I mean, you can tell when something looks good or is just an attempt. Know what I mean, Joe? So I think I want this piece like pretty much all the way to the bottom. Can you see? Yeah, you can see the bottom. I wanted to make sure. I think I want the piece all the way to the bottom like this, and then to have this kind of floating up there. I want a lot of space around it, so the focus is on that. That's also why I backed it with the black cardstock. And I think what I'm going to do now is go ahead and adhere the stuff down and let that start drying. And I will actually show you what I've been working on as well to go in the book. So let me pause this and set this aside, and I'll show you the other things I've been working on for the book. Okay, so I made a little booklet and a little folder. 2 pages from an Edith Holden book, shrunk down. That's all I did was shrink it down and print it out. And I printed it on some cardstock. That's where the yellow cardstock came from in our cover. I also printed out a couple more images and fussy cut them and used, this is the same pink and yellow scrap, some scraps from other printables to make kind of like pockets. These are not Edith Holden. They were just, you know, kind of botanical mushroom images, all on one page, and I printed them out with this kind of a light lined pattern, so they'll be journal spots. Plus, it's so cute. So I did that. Was there anything else? Oh, I always have my Pinterest linked below. All the printables are linked if you want the mushrooms in stiff. And yeah, then again, this is just a 7 Gypsy. I guess they actually made a printable out of it because this was a larger full square under the Marion Smith, who is a designer for 7 Gypsies. So anyway, and I did my classic double-sided die cuts for the ends. I love these. I always did these on my flip books back in 2016. So I just think it's so cute. So, and we had this cover that was like really small, shrunk down in our blue spring journal. Anyway, so I printed it on this yellow graph paper, and now I added 3 double-sided cardstock pieces of 6x6 cardstock from My Mind's Eye. Some are from the new paper pads that I got at Tuesday Morning, and some are the paper pads from Jen. I also added 4 sheets of the Daiso origami paper, and this is where I want you guys' opinion. So it goes cardstock, 2 pieces of the origami paper, cardstock, 2 pieces of origami, and then the cardstock middle, same thing. So initially what I was gonna do is, now I have a glue stick so it won't warp, is to just adhere together the origami pages to make one page front and back. But I could also, I mean, obviously leave it blank. I don't want it, I don't know if I want bright white in there, but I can also add either ink up the edges and do little flip out cards, because I printed these on the same ledger paper and they came on this same printable. So I could do that. They could be little, you know, adhere in the middle, and they can flip out within the book, and other little journaling spots, or again to just adhere the pages together. So I believe these are the only things. Oh, I did go ahead. Let me set aside our journal cover process and I will show you. and sew down our awesome vellum pocket, which is the back of the signature. And again, it just, see how it looks so good. This image cuts off in the exact right place. It makes this perfect pocket. And I want to put in, I meant to do this already, the 3-leaf branch. I definitely want one of these, and maybe one of the ferns in there, the fern leaves. I can't decide. Just for looks, because I like it, because I just think it looks good. I don't know, I just like that. So, that is what I have gotten done behind the scenes. You know, I am very fussy and OCD about how I do things, so this did take me several hours. You guys give me your opinion if you want more of the lace or more of the crocheted trim on the edge, and if you're liking, you know, how it's going so far. Do you like the cover? Do you like this, how I've got it set up? Do you want something changed? And also let me know how we should do our little booklet. If I should just adhere those pages together, or make extra little pages and flip outs, maybe even ink some of them up and leave them, you know, like stamp lines on them or whatever. So whether we should alter the pages or just stick them together. And that's all we have for now, and we'll see. But I wanted to let you guys know the round 8 envelopes already went out Monday this week. Today is Wednesday. It's Wednesday night. And then we had round 9 with the positivity only, and round 10 with botanical is beautiful. 2 people won in the positivity only. Miss Serena Nagler, really sweet lady. And also, it's creating creative, I can't remember. Oh, creative planning, and it's Sandra de Jesus. And she actually also participated in the swap. So she has been a friend to the channel for a long time. And they are in round 9, positivity only. And then 2 people did the botanical is beautiful one, and that is Miss Ashley. I think it's Coquetta Creative. And she has emailed me her address. I do not have Serena's address. So Serena, please email me your address. My email is always in the description. And then Sandra emailed her address. Ashley emailed her address. And then Yelidi won. And what was it? Oh, it was during when I was the video where I was showing all of this stuff, right? Or maybe it was the next video. Anyway, Yelidi wants, she was like, you don't owe me anything, but I would really like a junk journal from you, and for her collection. And she also likes botanical. So I responded and I was like, hey, would you like me to send our spring, the blue junk journal that we made on the channel with the awesome blue theme? I'll show you again. It is this one with the pretty botanical themed cover, tons and tons of stuff inside, and she didn't respond. So either I'll email her again and either send her that one if that's what she wants, or I will send her a regular envelope, or probably her own envelope with different, you know, stuff from me in it, and then make her a separate junk journal if she doesn't like that one. So anyway, those are the 4 ladies that have won, and in my next video I will have the envelopes done for those. And if you watched this video closely, then you will see now there's going to be a round 11 in this video. I love fern leaves. I love fern leaves. So all you have to do is have those words within your comment somewhere in the first 24 hours. and I will take the first 5 people that comment. You can win once a month. So even if you've won before, if it's been over a month, you can win again. But new people that haven't won get like dibs, if that makes sense. So if there's like 5 new people, but in the middle of them, a person that had won before commented, still the new people that have never won before get dibs. Does that make sense? So yeah, but that's it. You just leave a comment as long as you live in the US. You can play as many times as you want. If you want to play in every video, I keep an Excel document with everything in it and the date I shipped out their package. So all I have to do is go in there and say, oh, it's been over a month since that person won. It's time for them to get another envelope. So that's it. Serena, please email me your address, and yeah, lady, let me know if you want me to make you a separate junk journal or if you would like the blue junk journal. Because right now, I also am working on the Bobcat journal for my dad, and I'm going to be working on the Right and Go Right one for my mom. So I won't be able to do like a big full journal like this in the next few weeks or anything. But I still want, you know, she surprised me. I mean, I haven't even talked to her since I was on YouTube last, and she just surprised me with 2 boxes of all kinds of stuff that I can share. So I definitely want to send her thank you for that. So anyway, hope you guys are liking the video so far. I don't know where I'll stick this in, but thank you all so much for watching. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye!